and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia Bennett and I am a booktuber. So I was told by a lovely commenter, happy reading, I will put a link to their channel down in the description, that there is such thing as an authortube tag. So that's what this video is. I'm going to try and do things a bit differently to the way I did my booktube tag, just so things don't get kind of tired and boring. But yeah, we'll get into all of that. I found out through Jenna Moresi, who is an amazing writing advice channel on here, and I absolutely love her content. Yeah, so I found out through Jenna Moresi, and then I then I watched some of Shaylin, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Shaylin Wright's videos with writing advice, and through that I was kind of introduced into authortube. But I was directed to those videos from booktube videos. I feel like the two for authors often go hand in hand. You've got your booktube and then you've got your authortube, and they kind of lead into each other. If you watch enough booktube videos, you will be recommended authortube videos. Okay, I'm gonna go grab some books from my shelf to show this one off. So I am very much a fantasy hoe. I write mostly fantasy and I read mostly fantasy, but two of the things that I would best express the kind of genres that I'm looking to get into would probably be American Gods, which is on my shelf but is a heavy book, and I already have two in my lap right now. The Grishaverse, the entire Grishaverse, I just love how it's like a modern setting in a fantasy world, like near modern in the development of the world, and I would love to write in that sort of environment, that sort of setting, and this kind of urban fantasy in a dark shade of magic in a Neverwhere. And I feel like those genres are the ones that I shine best in, I get to have the most fun with, and I don't have to do as much world building. My preferred writing tense varies. I often go for first person if I've just read a first person book, and then I'll go for third person if I've just read a third person book. I have been complimented on my use of second person, although usually my use of second person is within the context of a third person or first person monologue to another person. Although I would love to write some really proper, in-depth second person at some point, so maybe just for a short story rather than a full novel, but yes, for the most part I do enjoy deep third person point of view, always past tense with third person. I hate third person present tense unless it's trying to be artistic. That's just my opinion. First person I usually go for present tense, although I have been known to enjoy a good first person past tense. So yeah, I've said person a lot in the past few seconds. As for category, mostly for me, I want to write new adult or young young adult, although I would like to maybe stick my hands into the adult genre, but possibly not while I'm still only 18. I might wait until I'm at least 25 to write a proper adult novel, but yeah. So for me, I think it would be young or new adult. Am I a plotter, pantser, or plantser? Well, I kind of gave this one away in the little screen. I am a plantser. On the one hand, I find things a lot easier when I've plotted things right down to the bullet point, but on the other hand, I have a lot of trouble getting up the patience to do that, and sometimes I feel like it's easier to just write the scenes that I've got in my head and then string them all together. So that's pretty much how I work, is I write scenes which I have in my head, and then once I've written them, I fill in the gaps, and for me that tends to be the style that has worked best for me. I am yet to be published. I've just started work planning. Yeah, I've been forced to plan. Planning my current fantasy novel, which is going to be called Scepter, most likely, and it will be completed this year, hopefully, if I don't get distracted. What publishing company, literary agent and or printing company are you represented by? If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? I don't really have an opinion on this one. I am not at the stage where I've been doing research yet. For me, my channel personally, I'm mostly a booktuber. I'm also an artist. I will probably be doing things related to my characters, because that's my absolute favourite thing, is just characters. So for example, my main characters have extensive character profiles built up for them. Even my side characters have at least a tiny character profile. I really love character building, character design. I am an illustrator at heart. I have been paid for illustrated work, so I can say I'm a professional illustrator. But yeah, I do love doing all of that. I will probably maybe mix it up with some art related videos, making videos of me illustrating certain scenes from my novel while talking about my novel, illustrating a character while talking about a character. Just things like that. I do definitely want to bring my artistic side more into this channel, so we'll see where that goes in the future. Oh, this one's pleasantly related. When did you start writing? I started writing properly when I was 7. I started writing properly when I went into Creative Writing Club in year 7, which for you Americans is like late middle school, I'm not sure. But yes, I was 12 years old then, and I wrote a crossover fan fiction with my best friend at the time, these two little 11-year-olds writing Ninjago fanfic, and it was very cute and also very bad, but I'll forgive myself, I was 11 at the time. So for me personally, as I was writing, I sent a snippet of my writing to one of my friends, and she said, "Did you read a lot of Lemony Snicket when you were a child?" And the answer to that question is yes. So I guess that that counts. Also, if I had to personally bring up my influences, I would definitely say Neil Gaiman, just because the whole thing I mentioned in my first ever video, I think. Well, not first ever, but you know what I mean. First ever booktube video was, I was writing about, like, I'd written because I just finished Neverwhere and I was filled with inspiration, so I was going to write. As for Other authors that have inspired me, definitely V. Schwab. Again, probably Leigh Bardugo, although I'm not so certain about Leigh Bardugo because her style is a lot more, I don't know how to, it's a lot more pretty than my style. My style's a bit more blunt. I don't spend enough time making my language sound nice. I spend more time trying to think of interesting things to say. That's not a dig at Leigh Bardugo. She manages to do both amazingly. My problem is I can only do one, and I can't even do that one well. I tried scheduling. It didn't work for me. There were days, like I was too busy. I didn't have the time in my day to make these, to set aside this amount of time to write. Because I would do it as soon as I woke up, because after school I'm out of energy, and then as soon as I woke up I realised, oh, I need to meditate, and I need to practice Greek, and I need to read. There's so much stuff I have to do in the mornings, and I wake up at 6:15 anyway, so I'm not waking up earlier. So yeah, I do not schedule my writing. Do I type on a computer, typewriter, write everything by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I write at this desk that I'm sitting at, or I write at that desk. Over there. Yes, you can see my open writing notebook. And that should answer somewhat the other question. I have special notebooks. This notebook at the moment is Better Days, Better Odds. You can have all, not sneak peeks. That's not a novel, that's a fan fiction. Because my friend asked me to write something cute for her, and I thought I might as well. So I tend to write first in a notebook, such as this one, using a nice pen, such as this one, and then I will type it up from the notebook so that I can do things like go in and correct my language and fine-tune the details and make things flow better. Typing out everything a second time has been a lifesaver in getting my writing to just flow so much more nicely and sound better. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of authortube? I don't know. I'd be lying if I'm saying this isn't half to build up a platform, because I do love talking about my writing, and I love talking about my writing to people who care about my writing. And at the moment that's a total of 3 people. So, you know, I guess mostly it's so that I can just talk about my writing. I also want to share little tips and tricks that I've learned, although I am not trained in this. That's it for this tag. I've been Amelia Bent, and this has been me talking about my writing and other things like that. I hope you enjoyed. Please hit that like. If you like the video, subscribe to get more videos like this one, hopefully less awkward, because hopefully next time I film my mother won't be in the next room. Also, as soon as I can figure out how to screen record, I will make one of those character intro videos where I design a character and talk about them, and you can all look forward to that. The audio will be a lot more crisp because I have a microphone. I just haven't figured out how to sync audio and video yet. I'm a bad YouTuber. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.